One of the questions we get all the time is, do I need to sell my home before I could purchase my next one? Today I'm with Claudia from New American Funding, and she's going to answer all the questions on how you could buy and sell at the same time. So tell us, what are the different types of loans you could offer our home sellers who want to purchase their next home, but they have to do it at the same time?
So yeah, there's a ton of options actually. Okay. So if you qualify keeping the same home, the home that you have, and you qualify for the new purchase, then we just do a straightforward standard conventional loan.
That's actually like the best case scenario.
That's the best case scenario.
Right.
We can look at renting out the existing home.
Okay.
And when you rent it out, as long as the rent is sufficient to cover the mortgage, that helps to offset that expense. And that can still go under a standard conventional.
Okay.
But then you have all of the extra products that some of which are proprietary. So the most common one would be a bridge loan.
Okay.
Okay.
So it bridges you from your old home to your new home.
Correct.
Okay.
So that would be option number one.
So how does that work? I continue to make payments on my current home.
Nope, you don't.
Oh, so talk about that. Okay.
So the way that a bridge loan works is that basically take your existing mortgage.
Okay.
And we would refinance it into a 12-month bridge, which is 12 months of no payments. That's how we're able to eliminate that monthly payment out of your debt to income ratio.
Your current home.
Correct.
Okay.
Now, it does continue to accrue interest,
Of course.
but it's simple interest. So it does behoove you to get that home sold and get it off the books so that you're paying the least amount of interest.
So in reality, it won't take you 12 months.
No.
If we do the bridge loan, it'll take us a couple of months to sell it. Maybe a couple of months of use of occupancy.
Yeah.
And then you're in a new home within a 6 months. So you're really only accruing interest for a few months, not necessarily for the entire 12 months.
And that's just option one.
Okay.
Option two is something that's proprietary, something that we offer, which is called NAF Cash. Okay.
Oh, okay. Talk about that.
So NAF,
How do you spell NAF Cash? NAF?
NAF, and cash.
Yeah. I like that one.
You like that one? So with NAF Cash, the way that would work is that NAF would actually be buying the home in cash for you. Okay. So you're able to make a full cash offer, no appraisal contingencies, no mortgage contingencies, nothing.
What does that cost me?
It doesn't cost you anything. It's going to be a standard loan with the client.
Okay.
And the way that would work is we would own the home for the client. Okay. We would buy the home. The home is actually going to end up being bought in our own name.
Got it.
Okay. And the client would rent the home back from us, basically.
Okay.
So that while their home is in the process of being sold or until whatever financing issues need to be resolved, they can still be in the home that they desire to be in. When everything is ready, then they just buy the home from us and we're not going to be increasing values. Like everything is going to be exactly the same. Yeah.
So you continue to pay a mortgage on your current home where you live while you're selling it and going through that process. You already identified and love the new home, so you close on that home.
Correct.
But instead of your name on the deed, it's your company's name on the deed.
Correct.
And then a month later,
Or
whatever
it is.
however long that takes, you just transfer it.
Correct. And we're able to do that because everything has been, listen, there's people that get paid a lot of money to write up these contracts. I'm not one of them, so I don't know all of the details of how it's done.
But it's done.
But it's done, and it's perfectly legal for us to do it, and it allows the client to buy a home with cash, be a top offer because it is a cash offer.
Super competitive, yeah.
Super competitive, and we're talking about closing in 10 to 14 days.
So I have to tell you, that's a huge win. In today's market, sometimes people need to close really quickly.
Yeah.
They love cash offers because, again, there's no appraisal.
Correct.
So that really brings you to the top of offers. And again, that's what Marina and I talk about all the time. Who you work with matters. That's how you secure a property here in New Jersey.
Yeah.
So we talked about a bridge loan. Mm-hmm. We talked about the NAF Cash. Yeah, cash. NAF Cash. Other creative opportunities, other creative financing that we could do.
Home equity lines of credit being used on your primary residence. And again, you would have to qualify for all of these debts. But if somebody has a lot of equity in the home, we can tap into that equity with a home equity line of credit to now have a larger down payment that's being put onto the home they're buying. We can talk about having gifts from family members, which I'm seeing a lot of right now. Where parents, grandparents, uncles, brothers, sisters are giving a gift for the purchaser to buy the house with a larger down payment.
And let me ask you something. Does a person who's receiving this gift, do they have to pay taxes on that gift?
No, this is not a gift that's going to them. This money is going to go to the attorney trust account, or it's going to go to the title company. So that's something that's it's not going to hit their rate. Yeah. And for as far as the gift giver, talk to your accountant. I've never seen it where, there was a tax liability, but talk to your accountant. Everybody's different.
Yeah. Okay, so we have a basic conventional loan, if you qualify for two, to carry two. We have a bridge loan where you don't actually carry anything. You're just buying a new home with this whole new line of credit that you got.
Correct.
And you have gifts. Yes, you have NAF Cash, which I kind of love that idea.
Don't you like that name?
I love it. Anything else we're forgetting?
As far as like that part of it, no, but I think that we can also tap on to the different types of financing and creative financing that you can use, because so many people nowadays are self-employed or have side hustles, so to speak, where there's a lot of money coming in that's not really being accounted for. They're writing off a lot of it.
Yeah, because you're investing back into your business. So talk about it. Do you do a bank statement loan?
Yeah, of course. We can look at somebody's bank statements and use the deposits being made into those accounts as qualifying income. We can work with their accountant and create a profit and loss statement that we can use if the bank statements aren't working. We can look at just a lot of really creative types of financing that are just not the cookie cutter way of looking at things. We know that money is moving in very different ways nowadays.
Yep.
And
you could buy with Bitcoin. In some states, in some areas. Yeah.
So I think it just needs to be, again, going back to having a conversation. And once you have that conversation, we can make that determination. My job is to find the solution that fits you, and not everybody fits into a standard box. So it's just finding solutions and finding ways that are going to be beneficial at the end of the day.
So that's all it is. It's really just having a call, having a conversation with a loan officer, talking to Claudia and her team to make sure that you get the proper financing you need so you can make moves. We never want you to feel like you're handcuffed to your house. If it doesn't work for you anymore, you want to move, there's definitely ways to make it happen. So if you're planning on buying, selling, you need to start the conversation way earlier than when you're under contract for your new home. So reach out to Claudia and her team, and they'll be happy to help you.
So thank you so much, Galina, for having me on. It's always a pleasure sitting here with you and exploring all of these things. I just wanted to know that anybody who's listening, as a lender, my job is to make sure that we are exploring every available financing option for you and determine what's going to make the most sense before your home even hits the market, so you are fully prepared as you walk into the next chapter.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Like and subscribe for more content like this.